PC Magazine. We welcome you both to the program. How are you? This hobby, every profession has its own lexicon. Is this any different? JC, you go first.
It is different because the language evolved among a very special group of people, namely geeks, who, they communicate amongst themselves, and it's really specialized kind of in-group language, just like if you had, a high school on Mars, it would evolve its own kind of slang.
So would you agree with that, Don? Is this by, of, and for geeks?
Well, anyone who thought that the arrival of email would cause a renaissance in the lost art of letter writing woefully wrong in that case. Most email reads like mysterious telegrams. There's so many acronyms and abbreviations that can appear in them.
But the interesting thing about that is that all those acronyms arose in a time when we didn't have very much bandwidth, when things were transmitted very slowly. So it took so long to send messages, that's why they were all shortened. And now we're using such fast modems that we don't really need to anymore, but those vestiges remain.
Perhaps some lazy fingers out there. Well,
Yeah.
there's actually a pretty good site on the web, of course, for this kind of thing. It's at www.netlingo.com. Let's go to the web right now and take a look. And they have a list of some of the acronyms and initials. And here are some of them, including our friend High Five there, BBL, be back later. Be back in a bit, BFD, we don't have to go into that. Basic, in fact, on and on and on. And this goes on for pages, and you can find out all these things. Is this perhaps a way of keeping the newbies out of the picture here? Is this making it exclusive, perhaps, Don?
At this point, there's no such thing as keeping the newbies out. I mean, there are more than 50 million regular users of the internet now. America Online has 8 million plus subscribers, most of whom may not know what any of these acronyms mean, but that's okay. They're writing letters back and forth to their grandmother or their mother. So I don't think there's any sense of exclusivity anymore. It's a big crowd out there.
And everything has its own set of jargon. I mean, golf has jargon. Business has jargon. Everything has jargon, and the net isn't any different in that regard.
Let's go. We have full screen prepared with some of the other jargon which we've run across on the net. TTFN, ta-ta for now, NBIF, no basis in fact, LOL, laughing out loud, MHOTY, my hat is off to you, CUL8R, see you later, that seems like a license plate, HTH, hope this helps. Now, you can imagine going down some of these news groups and being completely mystified by this, Don. It takes a while to get up to speed, doesn't it?
Yeah, and what's even more potentially dangerous is when people try to use a little humor or sarcasm, and then the recipient doesn't necessarily get that I was trying to be funny. That's why a lot of people follow up their amusing comments with little G in brackets standing for grin, so that yeah, I'm making fun of you, but it's only a joke.
Well, you have led us deftly to the discussion of the so-called smileys. Let's go to the web again if we can, and there's on that same place, that www.netlingo.com, I hope you can read this all right at home, is a list of all these smileys. Now, you kind of have to tilt your head to the left to get the idea here, but each of these indicates some sort of emotional feeling that you have as you are writing a comment. And basically, the idea is, hey, I'm just joking. Now, JC, it seems to me that it's sort of a cop-out to have to do this. If you're joking,
yes. I mean,
right?
Smileys got kind of popular in the early 90s, but smileys are like the pet rocks of the internet. I mean, they're kind of cute for a while, but then, everyone should just put them in their drawer and forget about them.
Along with the Beanie Babies and all that. But so nobody does smileys anymore, Don? Is that out? If you do a smiley, do people realize, oh, this is a newbie, stay away?
I never have. I can't do the space relationship thing of turning my head that way. I just can't figure them out.
Kind of get a crook in your neck when you do it. So, I've been tossing around this term newbie. Let's go through a few of the terms, too. Newbie, which should be fairly transparent a term, means an internet neophyte. Lurker. What's a lurker?
Lurker is someone who just hangs back and reads instead of participating in the discussion. They're, a voyeur, I guess,
It's
online.
a felony in some states, I think. But let's go to shouting. Shouting is, this is a no-no, right?
This is really, really annoying, getting messages in all capital letters. And again, this is something that a so-called newbie might do, but they usually only do it once because the response they get, prevents them from never trying it again.
Which leads us to our next term, which is flame. You will get flamed if you do the all caps, right? Flaming meaning you are receiving some invective, right?
That's right.
JC, have you been flamed a few times?
Oh, me? Never.
Let me
Never flamed anyone either.
You know, the other thing that comes up is particularly of late, my email box is getting filled with junk email. What is the netiquette on that? I mean, the internet it certainly was not created by, of, and for commercial interest. It certainly has become that way. A lot of people who've been around it for a while resent this, don't they?
Right. Well, first of all, the term for that email is spam, and you've been spammed. And, you know, I think sometimes violence is the answer, actually. No, I mean, it's a big issue online because you can't stop the idiots from sending you junk email. You can just try and make their life miserable by organizing, you know, like mass anti-spam attacks. There's also this, one hacker came up with a program called the Cancel Moose, which would follow all of the junk emailers around and sort of cancel out their messages online, which I think was just brilliant.
Don, quickly, would you agree with all that?
It's very hard
Except for the violence part, of
It's
course.
very hard to get rid of junk mail. Unlike telephone calls, when you just tell them to get out of your life, junk mail you really can't respond directly to. They route it around, so you can't really get back to where it came from. Very frustrating.
All right, Don Wilmot with PC Magazine, where you, of course, can see more about that on the web, and J.C. Hertz, who doesn't have a website, which we're amazed about.
But I have a book.
Oh, well, you have a book. Okay, of course.
Old media.
Okay, well, we appreciate you both joining us this morning and filling us in and helping both newbies and net veterans alike.
Well, I feel much better now. I wouldn't want to commit a faux pas
Were you
on the
taking
net.
notes?
So, yeah, lots of notes.
All right.
We will travel from the net to the pulpit when CNN Sunday Morning continues.
Stay tuned for the second part of our look at televangelist Benny.
And that interpretation has to come out of modern ideologies and hopes and beliefs. What we really see underneath the Dead Sea Scroll debates are modern political and religious debates, and really that's what makes it so fascinating.
The scrolls have been seen both as an inspiring historic record for Judaism and a source of understanding about the roots of Christianity.
The ironic part is that if you rob the Jews of the scrolls, so to speak, you rob the Christians of the scrolls. Because the importance of the scrolls to Christianity is in understanding its background. And that's a matter which all the real scholars agree on.
It's a pillar of scroll scholarship that they were the work of the ancient Essenes, that the desert sect protected their secrets in the sanctuary afforded by the cave library near their center, Qumran. But iconoclast Norman Golb argues the scrolls have nothing to do with that monastic-style sect. In an animated challenge to the mainstream cult of scholars, he contends the scrolls were spirited to the desert by priests from the Jewish temple in Jerusalem as protection from the invading Romans.
People of Jerusalem, be proud of these texts. They're yours. They've come back to you.
The place where the scrolls surfaced after 2 millennia is also the source of a new political wrangle. The ancient treasure is theirs, Palestinians claim.
The modern Palestinians, they are related to these Dead Sea Scrolls, and they have been found in Palestine. And they should be also studied by Palestinians.
Here at this Israeli-sponsored conference, a definitive no to such arguments that the scrolls are like other ancient artifacts seized by imperial powers.
These things, I think, belong to the people of this region. And you have to realize that these things were written by Jews for Jews.
Everyone sees what they want to see in the scrolls, which both enlightens and compounds the scrolls' enduring mysteries. Gerald Kessel, CNN, Jerusalem.
Top stories 2 minutes away. We leave you with a look at Hog Heaven, Russian style. Hundreds of bikers rolled into a camp in Russia for a 3-day festival and bike show. I'm Tori Atali. You're with CNN Headline News.
This is the CNN Headline News Network.
Car Video Magazine, Jim Richardson will show us the operation and maintenance of manual transmissions. We'll turn the clock back 30 or 40 years when we become part of the world's largest cruise event, the Woodward Dream Cruise. And we'll look back at the development of Chrysler's awesome 426 Chevy.
Hi. Magazine saying good luck with your restoration.
A standard transmission in good working order is a must, especially if you're out here showing off on Woodward Avenue during the Dream Cruise. Many of these car nuts have worked hard over the past year to get their cars ready for this event. Countless hours go into the restoration and modification of these fabulous vehicles. If you need parts for your pet project, you'll find useful information on this week's Classic Car Marketplace.
Don't miss the chance to show your classic at the first annual MCC Auto Fest, October 4th in Evansville, Indiana. The event will include a car show, vendor area, how-to seminars, and a Club MCC dinner form. Call now. For Camaros, Firebirds, and Novas, call Classic Industries, the largest supplier of GM parts and accessories. You'll find the finest selection, lowest guaranteed prices, and the largest inventory on hand. Our giant, easy-to-read, full-color catalogs are only $5 each and refundable on your
Passé.
Dave, you're the president of the Michigan Hot Rod Association. You guys have a really nice show in itself right here at Woodward. Tell me about it.
Well, this is a great group and a great location. I started working on this last October. Last year's event was very successful. I said, man, we need a place to park, and started working with people here at Northwood Shopping Center, and we were able to secure this lot here for our members.
How many of your members are here?
We have probably about 120 out of our 275 members have their cars here today.
So what do you think? This year a success? You think you'll do it again next year?
Oh, definitely they'll do it next year. This is unbelievable. They expect 750,000 people today, and I believe there is. And the traffic isn't too bad yet, so things are going fantastic. This will be a yearly event.
If you say the traffic's not bad now, I'm not sure I want to stay around for later.
Driving this legendary strip of pavement is almost like driving back in time for some of these people. Sure, some newer cars are mixed in with the classics, but almost everything else is the same. And for one magical weekend, the calendars turn back 30 or 40 years. Conditions like these force Woodward memories to the surface, and almost everyone has them.
Most of my memories of Woodward Avenue are being caught by the police. But other than that, we used to spend Fridays and Saturday nights just riding up and down from 8 Mile all the way up to 15 Mile in Birmingham. And we used to stop at Ted's Restaurant, which is no longer there. It's a medical center now. And I do have a little piece of memorabilia from it, and that's one of the carry-out tray. From Ted's, and I'm sure that everybody here remembers, going cruising in and out of there.
What's Ted's famous for?
Ted's famous for their 5x5. I don't know how many people in this place out of thousands of people that remember them, but they were the best hamburger in the world.
And how much action was there, street action on Woodward?
Street action all the way from Ted's down to the totem pole, and every place in between.
A lot of racing?
A lot of racing, except I used to borrow my dad's car all the time because I couldn't afford one, but we still had a lot of fun.
What was your dad running in those days?
My dad was running a 1959 Chevrolet, and it took 4 of us to scrape up enough money to put the gas in it. And that was at about $0.25 a gallon. We were poor, but we had fun.
I used to run just about anything out here on Woodward. I'd get beat once in a while by a Corvette or something, but...
Now, you never won any money or anything doing that?
No,
No,
I didn't race for money, I just raced for the fun.
I just got through talking probably about a half hour ago to a high school teacher I had. And I never would have run into him probably if I hadn't been for the Dream Cruise. But yeah, we just talked a half hour ago and reminisced, and I've met some people I haven't seen in 25 years. This is the event that did it.
My parents put down the law and said absolutely positively not riding in a car. So I didn't tell any library stories that's where I was going for the evening and ride, so I don't have any memories, unfortunately.
So that's your story and you're sticking to it?
I will stick to it till I die.
We spend the summer kind of going to shows all over the country, but I got to tell you, we've not been to one like this. It's a madhouse.
Chrysler line Hemi head V8 engine
10 down to the Big 8. Sounds like a football conference here. We've got a cross-section of a number of people that reflect the society that we live in. We've got 3 terrorists. We've got a Vietnamese hitman. We've got an escaped murderer. We've got a drug dealer. We've got a former black militant who is suspected of attempting to kill a New Jersey state trooper. And we've got an individual who was suspected of killing a chief of police up in Pennsylvania.
How is the decision made that a person is placed on this list?
Well, it's really a process, Bobby. It starts with at the agent level. And then some agent in one of our 55-plus field offices in the FBI will decide that his fugitive deserves to be in the top 10. He makes a recommendation to his boss, the office in turn, makes a recommendation to Washington, and Washington then sifts through these various nominations, and then a decision is made and a recommendation made by the head of the criminal division along with the Office of Public Affairs, and then finally that recommendation is passed on to the director, who in most cases will approve it.
And the recommendation is based on what, the nature of the crime? Or?
The nature of the crime. It's going to be a violent type of individual who is a threat to society, and someone who also whose background and case feels that the publicity will add to the apprehension possibility.
There are lots of criminals out there who would be considered violent, and yet Andrew Cunanan made the list. What made him different that he would make this list?
Well, in his case, we had a spurt or a spree, whatever you want to call it, of 4 killings in just a matter of about 10 days, and violent, vicious killings. And that basically is, in my opinion, what brought him to the attention of the Bureau to put him on the top 10.
They let out a cheer at Chrysler Engineering when they swept 1, 2, 3 at Daytona.
It was just a wonderful feeling that all the work...
To check out leads, we had investigation going on all over the country and internationally. We can't be everywhere at the same time.
Including an exclusive club dinner and cruise and picnic at the MCC Auto Fest October 4th and 5th in Evansville, Indiana. Become a club member and receive
things in my life, and attending Woodward is one of the wildest. There's no way to describe it, you just have to experience it. Our thanks to everyone who helped us tape a program in this controlled chaos.
Next week, Ed Big Daddy Roth, hot rod builder and Ratfink creator, will be the subject of our Classic Designers and Engineers feature. Jim Richardson will show us how to repair stainless trim. We'll visit the Camaro Street Nationals and get ready to cruise Southern California in a real fine 409.
So until our next meeting, remember, honor the timeless classics. I'm Dennis Gage. Happy motoring.
WorldNet, extension CNN, for free internet software.
This is the CNN Headline News Network.
TDS Destination Sunday. The Daredevil Bird, then a converter to bring them to this radio, and finally a computer to do a lot of heavyweight math and analyze the signal, try and separate the signal you want to hear from the noise that's in space just sort of naturally. A lot of people are getting very attuned to the idea of listening to extraterrestrials. That's because of the movie Contact that's recently come out, directed by Robert Zemeckis and starring Jodie Foster. We know a lot about this movie here at Inside Space because actually a couple of members of our crew, we think, are in the movie. And they got us a great behind-the-scenes look.
And action!
Towns. 100 people have been killed since heavy rain triggered the worst flooding in Central Europe in centuries. 40,000 people in Poland remain homeless. We'll check the national weather forecast next, and later Mexico's gay community makes inroads into the political mainstream. At the Sea Command. That command allows it to navigate Mars' surface independently. Consumer news up next, and still ahead, the King's new nightclub. Tough Guy beer. And a festival you can really stink your teeth into. People to evacuate their homes. In neighboring Germany, residents are shoring up dikes to hold off the high water forecasters say is headed their way. A section of a dike broke overnight, flooding another village and forcing more evacuations. The floods are the worst in Central Europe this century. Secretary of State Madeline.
I want this page, point at it, it's done.
Correct. See how easy that is? And then let's make a calendar out of this right now.
Now, it's got 24-bit color. What does that mean, Frank?
24-bit color in the computer lingo means 16.7 million colors.
Wow.
It will capture that much colors and display it on your screen.
It also has 600 by 300 optical and 4800 by 4800 interpolated resolution. Tell us that in English.
Well, a 4800 DPI means like it's really high-end stuff, and you can basically scan in and with software interpolation, expand that image to be more detail on the screen.
Wow.
And 4800 DPI obviously is really, you know, very detailed.
You also can take your pictures and you can change them, can't you? You've got software in here that you can change the color, you can make it lighter or darker, you can make it look like it's a watercolor.
Correct.
So, for instance, if you're making, you'll never go to the grocery store or the drugstore and buy a greeting card again.
Correct.
Because grandma can get a birthday card with a picture of all the grandkids on it, and you can custom the inside as well as the outside.
Correct.
These
are the effects that comes in with it. You know, you can emboss this right now. Watch this. We just emboss that picture, and it's doing it on the screen. Watch the screen, and then it'll come up on the screen.
I also like it tells you, it actually has a little bar that shows you how it's working.
Correct.
So you know that it's maybe halfway through the task. Now watch what happens to these kitty cats. This is the embossing feature. So
yes, there's so many effects that you can use with it.
You could put that on gold paper and it looks like embossed writing paper. Or imagine making, you could change your business cards every single week if you were in real estate or in sales.
Yes.
Or, you know, some of the things I wrote down was artwork. If your children have done incredible artwork in first grade and second grade, they start to yellow and get kind of, you know, wrecked by the years going by. You can scan in their baby artwork and have it in here forever. And while we're playing, let's go say hi to Donna. Donna, do you actually have this color scanner, or are you getting it today?
I just got it last week.
Hello, Donna.
Oh, you just got it in your home.
And I've been playing around with it. I'm having a ball.
Well, tell Frank what you like about it.
What did you like about it?
I have a question. It's got so many things on it. We're having a wedding pretty soon, and I wanted to make place cards with the picture of the bride and groom on it. That would be business-size place cards. How do I do that?
Business-size place cards, like a business-size card?
Right.
Okay.
But to put their picture on with the person.
You can utilize a whole page and tile all of those pictures that you have in there. I can show you how to do that right now on the air if you're watching this.
Okay.
By the way, do you have so many levels of undo? You got 5 levels of redo and undo. If you don't like this effect, you can go back to your normal stuff.
And I just have to remind everybody, while Frank is working on this little project live on air as we speak, shows you how easy this is. This is the lowest price scanner that we have, and Frank was not able to bring in as many as we asked him to because we rushed him back in here just a couple weeks after it sold out the first time.
It's great to be back.
Thank you. It's wonderful to have you. I love Frank. He's a riot. He keeps me laughing. So if you would like to get the scanner to go along with your computer because you don't have this capability at all, give us a call. You know what, Frank, while you're doing that, I'm going to ask our camera person to come over here. So, and you know what, I'm going to say goodbye to our caller, and so we can get some more calls up while Frank is working on this project. I'd like to come over here and actually show you some of the different things that you can do with your flatbed scanner. For instance, you can do a Merry Christmas card. Instead of going out and spending $20 on 10 or 15 cards, you can print out as many Christmas cards as you want to. Look at this. We've taken the picture of the precious baby and put it in the midst of pre-done artwork. So that artwork is already finished. Look down here. This is Tom and Kelly. Maybe they just got engaged. They did a Christmas card with their pictures. And here you can do a customized calendar and even put the baby in the midst of the little Christmas stocking and Merry Christmas E17059. Let me just take this down and take a look at this. Here we made our calendars. There's Dan Hughes, myself, and 2 lovely little ladies who live in the Clada. Here's Frank and a lovely lady, and they could make their very own announcements, Christmas cards, you name it. And you can even take some antique photos. You can take photos, for instance, of your great-grandmother, and you can scan them into the scanner and use them on posters, use them on family note cards, and you've just solved the problem that our last lady just called in. Let's go back live to Frank now and show you what he's done with the software and the flatbed scanner.
Now you can just view this with a ruler in there, so you can pretty much play with it. Right now it's a 2x3 card, so we can expand this up, or it's that
And then just
easy.
go in here and type in, Frank and guest, Jane Tracy and guest, Tom and guest, and just type in all next to the thing. And look at that. And you can change the size. So that's the way to do it at home. And Janice is going to come in and meet us now.
And you can just print them out in as many as you want.
Right. Hey, Janice, welcome to QVC. How are you?
Great, Jane. How are you?
I'm great. Please meet Frank.
Hi, Frank.
Hello, Jane.
How are you?
Oh, great. Actually, I was just getting ready to go off to church, and I ordered the Packard Bell computer last evening. I wasn't impressed with the scanner they had available, but this one, I think, is going to be a fabulous addition.
Well, this is the lowest price flatbed scanner that we have, and you can see how friendly the software is that Frank's included with the unit.
Do you have
I'm really excited about that.
Do you have a lot of old pictures, Jane?
Oh, some.
Yes.
I'm probably more interested. I have 2 different businesses, and I want to be able to do up some brochures, business cards, and with employees changing, I have a salon-type situation. I do a meet my staff type brochure and all our services. I have to change that periodically. I think it can save me a lot of money doing it myself.
This is going to be amazing. It really is. And you can even do promotions for your clients. You could do calendars for your clients. You could have them bring in their pictures, and you could scan their pictures in. And when they get a client card, there's their picture right on it. I mean, imagine word of mouth, how they'd be saying, you got to go to this salon. It's amazing what they do for you.
Well, that's a great idea.
Yeah. Well, I thank you so much for calling in today. Have a great morning and enjoy your new scanner.
Okay.
Bye-bye. Frank, all of us have this. It's a Rolodex, and we can never find the one that we're looking for, and sometimes these cards get lost, or sometimes they get broken. What's really great about it is if you've got this Rolodex like this, or you, like me, have business cards thrown in a drawer, because I'm not even this organized, you can put how many business cards on one page?
You can scan in 8 business cards at a time with the software bundle that comes in with it.
What it actually looks like, because the scanner pretty much looks like your photocopier. So now you can scan in 8 business cards all at once.
Basically, put it up on the glass right now, 8 business cards at a time, at least half an inch apart, and then we'll just scan it in and scan it directly into the application.
Great.
And you simply close it like that, like so, and then let's go ahead and scan it in.
Hey, we've got Grace on the line. Hey, Grace, how are you?
I'm nervous.
Oh, don't be nervous. It's just me and Frank and this cool scanner. What do you think?
And a couple of million people, right?
Hey, that's all right. They're all in their pajamas, so they don't care. They're very unintimidating. Why did you decide to pick up the scanner today, or do you have it already?
No, I don't have it. I just thought it might be useful with our business, and like we do menus and things.
Oh, are you in the food service business?
Yeah.
Great. You could do menus. You could do pictures of food on it. You could, change it seasonally. You could send out promotional brochures instead of just doing a flyer with, some interesting graphics. Now you can do a background of.
Only I need Frank to come with me.
Oh no, you know what? Although we would all love Frank to come to our home because he's just too adorable for words. This software is so easy that if I can figure it out, you can. And you saw how easily he just manipulated it. It's really simple software, isn't it, Frank?
Yes. What I did here is I previewed it so you can see it exactly what you're scanning in before it goes into your computer. And then you just press scan. Actually, I know it's 8.5 by 11 area, so I could have just gone ahead and just start scanning as long as I adjust the scanning area to full 8.5 by 11. But just to show that what we are scanning in is actually business cards on the screen.
And you can do photographs and everything, right?
Oh, you can do photographs, you can do color photographs, old black and white photographs, those memories that you had, all these 40 years old photographs,
So
you
I
can
make
bring
a
them back to
calendar?
life.
So I could make a calendar with all my grandchildren on it?
Absolutely.
Yes,
Well, did
watch
you see
what
the
is going to the screen right now.
Did you see the calendar we did, Grace?
No, I
Okay.
think I turned in a little
All
late.
right, let me show you the calendar. Now, these aren't grandchildren, but a lot of people love them just as much. It's pets. Frank did a calendar with all his friends' pets each and every month. This is all pre-done for you in the software. You just decide what kind of template you want for the month and the calendar. You can change the size. You can make a calendar that you can write on. You can do a page like this where the color picture in the back is really soft and it's right on top of it. I mean, look at what you could do with your grandchildren. And it cost Frank 89 cents at a copy store to have this put together. So enjoy it, Grace. You're going to love it.
I hope so. I'm going to have to have a lot of spare time to do it in.
Oh, it'll be a ball. Thanks,
Thank
Grace.
you. Bye.
Bye-bye. So now all
So
of
the
those
data
business
is not in
cards
your- in
are
your-
right in your computer.
Correct, exactly.
Frank, very quickly, because we're running out of time, I want to just reiterate that this is the lowest price flatbed scanner that we have. You can take all the manuals that come from all of your electronics and scan
Correct.
them in. You can scan in the receipts that you get for tax time. You can have your children make incredible covers for their school reports using photographs that maybe they took on their summer vacation. If you, for instance, I save all my Mother's Day cards, but it's going to get hard after all the years. You can
Correct.
actually take things like your wedding cards, your Mother's Day cards, your love letters that you don't want to throw away, and scan them in and store them right on the hard drive in your computer. It's $183.36. It's the lowest price ever that we've had ever on, or not the lowest price ever, but it's the lowest price right now that we have on a flatbed scanner, and it's E17059. And as we're wrapping up, Frank is showing you here, he's got a magazine. He's going to scan in a recipe so you can scan in all your favorite recipes as
Correct.
well. Frank, we just plumb run out of time. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank
It's
you.
always a pleasure.
All right.
Stay on the line, and remember, this works beautifully with the Packard Bell computer that is coming up next, as well as with our Lexmark printer that is brand new and coming up later on today. Now, still to come in our program is going to be the Motorola Express Extra Flex Pager. This actually won an award for its design, and it comes all ready to use. You don't have to call anybody or have anybody come out to your home. It's absolutely ready to go with E16834. Very popular every time we put them on the air are the wireless speaker systems in 900 megahertz. So you can take these outside on the deck, you can put them in the baby's room and then move them down to the kitchen. They're $99.84, E17202. Our next presentation is today's special value, probably the last presentation of the day. This will be it on today's special value.
It's bass fishing at its best. Our bass fishing electronic game sold out the last 2 times it aired, but it's back this Sunday at the introductory price of only $22.48. Cast your hook and you'll feel like you're on the open waters, and believe me, you'll know when the fish bite. Find out how during At Home with QVC this Sunday at 4 p.m. Eastern here on QVC.
He even brought mail with him this morning. Mike Claxton joined us in High-Tech Toys and
Pleasure to see you.
Electronics.
How are you?
I'm great, and unfortunately, you and I are not going to have as much time to play as we thought because we only have several hundred of our today's special values remaining. And I was such a dodo head that when I first looked at this offer, and I can say dodo head on national television, I figured the monitor's not included because it's just too great of a price. I mean, how could you do this computer from Packard Bell with all the software at this price, and everything is included? This is a full package, monitor included.
That's
for
right.
$1,674 plus. We've got easy pay. 3 monthly installments of $558. We like to do a little tag team here, Mike and I. I can tell you certain absolutes about this is the first time QVC has ever offered a Pentium 200 computer that's under $1,700. And what you shared with me is this is your fall baby. This is the one that's going to be holiday 1997. We were the actual first people to have this configuration from you.
The way that we're setting this up is for QVC, and only for QVC, put together a special package. A lot of systems that are even going to have a 200 megahertz chip in them now are going to be desktops. That doesn't give you the expandability that a tower does.
And describe that for us if maybe someone is at home and thinking they want a computer maybe for their kids like I do.
Sure.
Why do we want a tower system?
Okay, what happens is you've got expandability as far as memory is concerned, but most importantly you have expandability as far as the bays are concerned. If you look at this, we have a CD, and we can talk about the bay. Here's the CD-ROM. This these two areas right here are bays which are open. There's nothing in them. That means that at some point in time, if you want to put in a zip drive, for example, or a tape backup system, or something that hasn't been invented yet, you'll be able to go ahead and do that, which means that you've got expandability, the ability to grow with your computer system well into the next century.
Well, you know, in the last presentation, we said that that flatbed scanner, which, by the way, hundreds of you have already ordered, needed about 16 megabytes of RAM. This is 32 megs of RAM, and that is the lowest price we've ever had on a computer system, that it was at 32 megabytes.
That's right. And on top of that, most of the systems will say, oh, gee whiz, you need to have a minimum of 16 now. Right. Some even really still have 8, which is not good in the marketplace. But we gave you 32, expandable, again, the keyword, to 128 meg of memory.
So this, like I was saying, I'm a fossil. This is not going to be a fossil in a year. This is going to expand with you and grow with you. All right. I feel like a young chick again around good old Mike Claxton. I also want to say this is the lowest price we've ever had on a 3.2 gigabyte hard drive, and there are 200 of these remaining, by the way. A 3.2 gig hard drive.
Okay, I'll say this and it'll finish it off. I'll go slower because I love to be on with you. You know, what happens is so many computer systems that are out there in the marketplace today only have maybe 1 gig, or at the most they are 1.5, maximum 2 gig at this type of system with this kind of price point. For QVC, we wanted to put together a system that would already be set up. Forget the zips and the backups and everything. 3.2 gigabyte hard drive is huge. We don't even have a graphic today, but you don't need it because there's so much storage capacity built into this system that, again, you won't even be able to take advantage of it for a long time to come.
I love Packard Bell because of Navigator, and I look at your opening screen here, and I see there's something a little different than I've ever seen before. Check this out.
Here, look at this. What happens is we've got some lovely flashing buttons. What we've done is we've made it simplistic so that all you need to do is go ahead and we set it down to a bunch of buttons. So there's something, for example, the Navigator Assistant has Support Center.
By the way, I just want to interrupt. Final quantities now available on the Packard Bell Today Special Value. This is going to be the shortest sell in the history of computerisms on QVC.
Anyway, there's a bunch of buttons. And
Can we show maybe Navigator very quickly, because I know there's just...
Let me go into the Support Center. What'll happen with the Support Center? And that's the whole Navigator area right there, what we showed you. But for people who don't know how to use a computer system, this will take you right into questions and how to use it. It's called the Cyber Coach. Right here, Cyber Coach Tutorials. And all we need to do is click into that, and it'll give us answers on how to use the computer system. We're going to go ahead and hopefully we'll have just enough time left to record your voice. The computer will do this for you now. We'll show you. It does the instructions. I'm now running hands-free. It'll go ahead, set up that screen again, and then it'll talk to you about how to do it. See how
Click the Start button.
This is not me.
I love when people tell me to do things.
Select Programs, Accessories, Multimedia, and click the Sound Recorder.
This thing is doing it all by itself.
This is hands off.
You know what? It just sold out. Can you bring up that card we made earlier? I have to get out of here and stay with me, Mike. Don't leave me now, Mike.
Wait, now I have some work to do.
Okay. Mike's got to do a little bit of work. So while Mike gets ready for my next presentation, because I need Mike to help me with my Lexmark, and he's kind enough to do so because we made a card together earlier today with today's special value. Already, several of you have decided to order from QVC E16663. What is a digital satellite system? It is a system that brings you the most comprehensive, the most amazing number of channels directly into your home. You decide. No one decides what type of channels you can get. You decide the channels that you want. This also gives you incredible digital quality video, which is almost twice as sharp and clear as the video that you're probably using right now. Now, let me talk to you about the offer that we have at QVC. Many people are offering the digital satellite systems for maybe $199 or $2 something, and you say, well, gosh, that price on QVC, $348, that's higher than what I've seen advertised, even though not many people are even advertising these systems in the Sunday paper. We are offering you 1 year of total choice programming, which is one of the most popular program choices, the most popular programming choice from DirecTV, bringing you over 70 of the hottest channels you're looking for. And this is actually a $370 value for 1 year. So it's like getting a great deal on the programming, and we just thrown in the electronics to bring it to your home for free. It's E16663, 3 monthly installments of $116. Also, I told you I'm surrounded by gentlemen today. I'll tell you, I am a lucky girl. And a little later on in the show, you're going to have a chance to meet Michael Kandula, and he's going to be here with the Memorex 10-second anti-skip CD player with car adapters. $85.92 is the QVC price, E15332. If you have any faxes or comments about the RCA digital satellite system, we would love to hear from you here at QVC. It's 1-800-345-1131, or about any of the products in high-tech toys and electronics. Right after we're finished with high-tech toys and electronics with a sold-out sign just on today's special value, I want to remind you, I'm Bob, in the kitchen with Bob. Did you know I was Bob?
You know, you look nothing
Do I
like
look
Bob.
a lot like Bob?
Nothing at all like
I'll
Bob.
tell ya.
I would never make that mistake.
I don't even cook like Bob either, so pardon me, but we're going to have a great item in there. It's going to be, look at, they're saying, Mike, go home. You're
Leave. They're going.
Go. Your plane is taking
Don't
off. What
sell
are you
the other
doing here?
stuff they're saying.
Really. You're not here to talk about Lexmark, but actually we do have a printer brand new to QVC, and this is just a little card. And are we ready to print my project?
We're ready to print your project. All you have to do is push the Print My Project button.
I wish that there was one of these left for the Today's Special Value, because there's this cute little dog on this print system that I absolutely love. But okay.
I'm right there with you.
Okay, thanks very much. Thank you. We're making one
Look,
copy.
he's looking at the printer, so we're making one copy.
Love this. Okay, should I let you go, Mike?
You never let me go. I'll stand here. I'll just stand here and go like this for the rest of the show.
You'll be
if
that
you'd like.
away from me.
Yes, absolutely.
All right. Thanks,
Thank you
Mike.
so much.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Well, this is the Lexmark printer, and thanks to Mike and thanks to our Today's Special Value, where we're going to be printing out a greeting card for the holidays, which is probably something that you and your family are going to do as well. Earlier in this hour, in our high-tech toys and electronics, we had an opportunity to show you the flatbed scanner, the lowest price on a flatbed scanner that we've ever had at QVC. And when we showed that to you, Frank had done a great looking calendar with those beautiful color photographs of cats and dogs, and maybe you could imagine your own grandchildren in there as well. Well, he used this printer to create that calendar. This is item number E17370. It's the Lexmark 600 by 600 DPI color inkjet printer, brand new to QVC. You know, my nephew and my brother and his family, they have a computer, and my brother downloaded my page from our own website at www.qvc.com. He printed it out and he sent it to me, and he wrote down, "I'm really sorry that we don't have a color printer. This looked so much better in color." My nephew then created a thank you card for me because I sent him a birthday present, and that was really cool. Mike did some neat graphics and wrote some nice stuff on the inside, but again, it was in black and white. So anyway, E17, want me out of the way. Is that what they do? They say, "Jane, get out of the way because we can't see. You're in the way." Sorry. E17370 is $139.50. Now while this one is printing out, let me show you some of the applications that you can do with the software, which is included in the Lexmark printer. Now, Lexmark has been a name that we've brought to QVC before, even as perhaps a Today's Special Value, but look at the value and the pricing today. Brand new, $139.50. For instance, you can create your own greeting cards, and all of the software is included, because you are going to get with this, and it's, by the way, going to work on Windows 95 3.1 as well. You're going to have all the software that you need to make some of the neatest things like these cards. You can also print out iron-on transfers so that you can take, let's say, a flatbed scanner like we had earlier in the show. You can print out a picture of a baby, put, you know, grandma's sweetheart, and put that onto a sweatshirt or a t-shirt for your mother for Christmas time. Here is if you have your own home business, or even if you don't, you can make labels. You can make return address labels using any of the different graphics that are included in the software that comes along with the Lexmark. Plus, I hate to say Today's Special Value because it has sold out completely, but what happens is if you have just gotten the Today's Special Value with the Corel Draw package, you will be able to beautifully print out some great labels with that. Look at this. An anniversary award. Alfred J. Bartiolati, after 25 years of exemplary service at Media Systems, you can create your own awards for kids. Maybe they cleaned up their room 5 days in a row and you want to give them an award. These are just some of the applications that you can use with the software included with the Lexmark 600 DPI color inkjet printer. We have a color inkjet printer, and I'll tell you, I'm going to show you in a moment, so easy to use, and also it lets you know when you need to change the cartridges. Here we have some of the information on this system, which again is brand new to QVC. 600 by 600 dots per inch. That's what DPI refers to. That means in 1 little inch square you have over 600 dots, giving you this great gradation. You'll be able to print up to 3 pages per minute. You'll also be able to do ultra small designs on this for things like business cards and return address labels. You have a color fine 2 driver with ink levels, so you have one for black, so you'll be able to make a true black, and you'll also have another one for all your colors. It shows you when you're printing how much is left, how much ink is left, so you know when you need to change that. And just take a look at some of the colorful graphics that your kids will be able to produce for the cover of their reports, for maybe writing paper to grandma. Down here is where we incorporated the flatbed scanner that we just showed you a moment ago. We took a picture that was just a little Polaroid picture of dad and baby, vacation time, having a wonderful time. And again, these are just some of the applications that you can use with the color inkjet printer. Hi, welcome to QVC. Patricia, how are you today in high-tech toys and electronics?
Just fine.
Are you getting yourself a new printer?
Yes.
Wonderful.
Getting it for Ashley.
Who is
My
Ashley?
little girl.
Your little girl.
Yeah, she's 11 years old.
Well, I bet Ashley would love to make something like this. Do you want to see what we just printed?
Sure.
Okay, this is something we just printed. Actually, it was software that was from the Today's Special Value in the Corel Draw, and this was a little Christmas card that your daughter could do for maybe your teacher. What's neat about this is, see how it gets printed out on one 8.5 by 11 inch page?
Oh, neat.
Okay, now all you do is you fold it once, like this, and you fold it nicely. Jane just folded it a little crooked, and then you fold it again.
Cards by Ashley, huh?
Look at that. Merry Christmas, Mrs. Jordan. Having you for a teacher is more fun than lunch or recess or even Christmas vacation. Well, almost. And on the back, she can say, created just for you by Ashley.
Oh, that'd be great.
Isn't that? And look at the quality of the printing.
Oh,
and
yeah.
that printed out in the time that we were just chatting about, the brand new Lexmark printer. So it shows you how quickly you can create colorful graphics and colorful cards just like this. I'll tell you, I bet if you added up how much you spent on birthday cards, on announcements, on calendars, on things like that, on going to a print shop, this is going to pay for itself in just a few months, maybe even less depending on how much you're going to use it.
Well, I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully this will take her clear through college.
Oh, well, you know what? I think it will. And you can change the cartridge in just a snap. So that's what's going to be so great about it. No longer do you have to take all those different colors of ink and pour them into the little pieces. You just get the cartridge, you insert it, and the computer will tell you when you need to add more ink, so you won't get halfway through a project, for instance, maybe for school, and run out.
Okay.
Great. Well, enjoy, and thanks for being with us today.
Alrighty, and thank you for talking to me.
Oh, my pleasure. Tell Ashley I said hi.
Okay, I will.
Okay, thanks.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
It is brand new to QVC, and we're also offering you available from QVC the replacement cartridges at $69.50. Now, you're going to get through a lot of production before you need to replace those cartridges, but you might want to keep this item number just jotted down in one of your notebooks, E11113, $69.50. Now, if you got the Today's Special Value, which sold out, if you just got the Lexmark printer, which is brand new and a great price, which Frank actually used to print out that calendar we showed you earlier, then you might want to get a scanner, because you won't be able to put those incredible photos in, or those graphics in, or scan in all of your receipts or your certificates of authenticity for your collectible dolls without a flatbed scanner. This is the lowest price flatbed scanner that we have at QVC, and it's $183.36. It's not in the kitchen with Bob today, it's in the kitchen with Bob/Jane, and we're going to be cooking summer veggies, so take a look. I don't think you'd think you're getting your money's worth if every time you turn on the television, this is all that you really had a chance to see of the video information. You'd be wondering what's happening up there, what's happening down there, and you know, what in the world are we doing? What happened? Whoa, what's that? That's even weirder. Well, if you do not have a surround sound system, this is basically the amount of audio information that you're receiving, just about 20%. But if you would go towards a stereo system, including your home stereo system, now you'd be getting a lot more information, but it really still isn't enough. By investing in a home surround sound system, which we have in our home, both upstairs and downstairs, because my husband is electronics buff, so I love presenting this to you because I feel like I cut my teeth on it. Now you get the whole picture, you get all the enjoyment and information out of seeing or listening to surround sound and watching television in surround sound, and also having an opportunity to rent movies and hear them in surround sound as well. Let me walk you through what surround sound is, because you, like me, might have for years heard, ooh, surround sound, and you say, what in the world is it? Well, first of all, just like the scanner is the lowest price we've ever had on a flatbed scanner, just like in many cases in this 2-hour special, you might say, I can't afford this, and I can't afford that. But now I want to let you know that this is the lowest price we have ever had. It's brand new, but it's the lowest price we've ever had on a home surround sound system for $157.14. Now let me take you through. First of all, before we start playing with it, I want to show you what surround sound is, because like me, you might have been fairly new to it today. You're not quite sure. You have a center channel. And this is a center channel, which is where most of your information is going to come from. This center channel has a volume control, and that's really important because you can customize this for your room. Since you want most of the information, about 80% or so of the information, all of your dialogue comes out of this speaker. Compare that to the size speaker on your television set or even on your stereo system. You can adjust this to get as much volume as you need. For instance, if you sit fairly far away from your TV, you're going to want to crank that up. Now you've got the two front speakers, one on the right and one on the left, and that's also going to give you a lot of the information, some dialogue, some movement, so you really feel like people are, you know, walking across the screen and you can hear their voices travel. But it's the two speakers in the back which really make you jump. When dogs bark, when airplanes take off, when doorbell rings, these are your special effects speakers. So the reason why we call it surround sound is because you are literally surrounded by sound. Now I'm just going to put on our VCR and I'm going to hit play. Up there, I don't know if I'm tall. I might have to go up there and do it. I don't think I'm tall enough to use the remote control. So let me do that instead. Instead of just watching television, I'm hearing the music now from behind my ears. And while I'm sitting here and enjoying this, I want to read you a little bit about your speakers. The front is a two-way speaker, meaning you get a 5-inch woofer and a 2-inch tweeter. The center is also 5-inch woofers and 2-inch tweeters. The rear speakers that are giving me the beautiful music all the way around and the kind of sound of water behind me as well, they are 4-inch wide range speakers as well. But you're able to really customize your surround sound with this Zenith product, which is new to QVC and the lowest price we've ever had on a surround sound system. Because over here on the unit, you can either use Dolby Pro Logic, which really is the trade name that's used for surround sound. Listen to this, can you hear that? And you also have an opportunity to change the mode. You often will be watching most of your movies on the normal surround sound mode, which is what we have right here. If you switch it to wide, then you'll really have the feeling. I think we use actually the normal mode quite often, but play with this at home. You can use the wide mode as well. Phantom is actually what will take and simulate the feeling of surround sound if you, let's say, have a movie or have a television program that is not in true surround sound. So you can use that as well. You can adjust the surround sound level right here, and you can adjust the volume of the center channel, which, as I said, really your most important amount of information. You can adjust the treble and the bass. If you really want to kick this in with a little bit more bass, I can do that as well. Turn down the treble and adjust the amount of information between the left and the right speakers, especially if you don't have a room that's perfectly shaped. But I'll tell you, when you sit down here and you're watching this videotape and you hear all of the information, all of the effects from behind you, it's so exciting. It's almost better than being at the movies, because at the movies sometimes people are popping popcorn in their mouth and they're chatting and the seat's uncomfortable, and if you have to take a bathroom break, you can't pause the movie. If you've always wanted surround sound and you've never had an opportunity to enjoy surround sound, you've got the price, the lowest price we've ever had on a surround sound system today. Plus, wait till you see this, you also have an input select. So if we decided we don't want to watch our television program, but we do want to listen to a CD player, we actually have a portable CD unit coming up at the very end of High-Tech Toys and Electronics. I've just switched between the VCR to the portable CD player with, by the way, anti-skip, which is coming up at the very end of High-Tech Toys and Electronics. And right now, this Zenith transmitter is broadcasting to the speakers the sound of the CD rather than the videotape. One more thing I want to point out to you, because this should be called Electronics for Dummies, because that's me. These are also easily color-coded when you have to, and I don't want to pull it out, but because we have it all pulled in, but all of the speakers, all of the wires are color-coded, so it's a very easy hookup. So we're listening to, in surround sound, your CD, which sounds incredible right now. But if you want to go back to the VCR, I'm just going to hit my input select, hit play one more time, hit stop on this, and we'll go back to the videotape, which is too cool for words. Hey Steve, welcome to QVC. What do you think of the price on this surround sound system?
I think it's great.
You know, I'm going to have to turn the volume down, Steve, because I can barely hear you. Now, what did you like best about it?
Actually, the price.
Yeah?
Yeah, we've been looking at them, and we wanted to try it out. We figure we'll try it out on a bedroom TV, and then go to the family room and see how we like it.
Well, you've got, first of all, the name of Zenith.
Right.
You've got Dolby Pro Logic, as you know what the name is in the industry. And you've got the two, the speakers on the front are the woofer and the tweeter speakers, so you get the low range and the mid and the high range. They're all ported as well for bass, so if you want to crank that bass up, you'll really hear that coming through. And at $157.14 with the easy hookup with all the color coding, you really can't go wrong. Plus, one more thing I haven't shown you yet, because if you're watching this in bed and you're starting to fall asleep and you might want to mute that down, or if the phone rings, you actually get a mini remote control with this where you can turn the power on and off on the surround sound system. You can adjust the volume up or down, or if your little one's calling you, or if there's a phone call, you can hit mute and mute out the sound completely.
That's great.
Yeah.
Everything we own is remote controlled. I'm glad that has one.
You know what? We lost the remote control. Actually, my daughter had deposited it down behind the bed, so we didn't find it. I didn't watch television in the bedroom for about 3 weeks because I couldn't be bothered going over and turning it on. Well, I wish you were sitting here with me and surrounded by the sound effects and the music, but I'll tell you, you'll hook it up in your home in probably just about a half hour or so, and you're going to want a system for every room in the house.
Right, that's what I'm counting on.
Great. Well, thanks for being with us today. Enjoy.
Thanks, Jane.
You're welcome.
Bye.
Bye-bye. And if you're thinking of getting the direct satellite system from RCA, which is also available in this morning's High-Tech Toys and Electronics, you're also going to want to be surrounded by that digital quality sound. This is E17185. It is brand new, and it's also the lowest price surround sound system we have ever had on QVC, E17185. And this is the Sony 27-inch stereo color TV with a 2-tuner picture-in-picture that we were using to demonstrate that surround sound system from Zenith. It's $574.50, and if you'd like to order it, please be our guest. We also have the Whistler laser radar detector with safety alert as well. You know, we kind of looked at this hour, this whole show, as an opportunity to maybe finally get the types of electronics that you always wanted to and never thought you'd be able to afford. Well, we're showing it to you today, a laser and radar detector, and that is under $50, E17089. Now, if you just tuned in, I have kind of bad news for you that the Today's Special Value has already sold out. However, that means that we do have one-time only prices for the rest of the day. Our Body Kind antimicrobial hand care system is coming up at 2 p.m. at a special price. The jewelry showcase at 3 p.m. will have a fancy woven link bracelet in 14-karat gold. Today's Special Value has sold out, but we're going to still bring great values to you throughout the day in one-time only pricing, only in those hours and only while supplies last. Here we have Paris Holt joining me for the first time on QVC. Welcome to QVC. It's great to have you here. This is called High-Tech Toys and Electronics. And I think that pagers really would not have been included in this category a couple years ago because we thought of pagers as something you just had for work. You didn't have it for play. You didn't have it for your personal life. But we have seen an explosion in the use of pagers across the country by moms with their kids who are coming home after school, with teenagers who want to keep tabs on what mom and dad is doing, for us knowing where our loved ones are at any time, so you're able to get in touch with them either in an emergency or just to say hello. And we're here to talk about the Motorola Express Extra Flex pager that's already activated, and what that means is you don't have to call anybody, you don't have to do anything, you simply buy this today from QVC at $79.98, and this comes ready to use. Now, before we get into this presentation, I'd like to ask you a favor. I've had this on the air before with you a couple months back. If you bought it, and if you've been using the Motorola Express Extra Flex pager, please call us here at QVC because we'd love to have your testimonials live on the air. Paris, first of all, you brought something very elegant looking here. This is actually a design that won an award.
Yes, it won the 1997 Design and Engineering Award. And it's a great Motorola product. It actually holds 20 messages. And it's very small, very easy to use, because a lot of people, they're very hesitant about buying a new technology.
Now I'm going to ask you to stay nice and steady because what you've done is you've come with your own pager that already has some messages in it. So it's going to remember how many messages?
Up to 20 messages.
Okay.
Up to 20 messages. And what I like about this is the fact that you can have it vibrate, or you can actually set an alert. You can vibrate audio, and it has different.
So you can choose the little alert that it's going to tell you. That sounds a little bit like, you know, the Jetsons. I love that.
It is.
Let's actually take a look at the information on your screen, because if you've been looking for a pager, Paris is really here because he's been very involved in the service offer that comes along with Motorola. Obviously, you're getting a great name from Motorola. You're getting a pager, which is ultra compact. It's only about 2.5 inches by 1.5 inches, so it can go in your makeup case. It's so tiny. But we've got an incredible service offer for you today, and you pretty much shopped the country for us to bring this to us.
To create this price, I basically went to every major area, major city, and actually calculated what's in the marketplace. And we have here, through QVC, a $79.95 pager, and Ameritel will give you a $30 cash back, and that nets it down to about $49.95. So that's a great price in the marketplace for this pager. It's brand new in the marketplace with Flex technology, which gives you about a 4-month battery life. And what's great about this is that service is only $4.95. This is a brand new price point in the marketplace. It's about 16 cents a day. For 16 cents a day, you can keep in touch with your family. Kids can see communicate with their families. Let's say you want to go to a mall and you want to give your kid the pager, so you give your family an opportunity to keep in touch. So,
well, you said 16 cents a day, and sometimes it's really important to put that in perspective, because if you get the local newspaper delivered to your home, that's going to be about 1/3 of the price of your daily newspaper. That's maybe 1/10 of the price of that fancy coffee you buy. You can't get a soda pretty much even out of a machine here at QVC for less than 75 cents. So if you buy a soda every day at lunch, maybe 1/3 or 1/4 of that price pays for your pager, which keeps you in touch. And if you do have any stories, or if you do have this Motorola Express pager, please call us at 1-800-345-1515. There's a mail-in rebate of $30, which brings the price down to really $49.98. And then we have the monthly fee of only $4.98, which, as you said, you've gone around the country
it's
and
an
it can't be
unbelievable
beat.
offer.
Plus, I mean, pagers are now used by all of us, by teenagers, by moms, and take a look at the colors that we have. We have cranberry ice, we have your basic black, and we've got a root beer float, which is a wonderful color. So if you want to really have something which is kind of fun, and maybe you're buying this for a daughter who's going back to college so she can keep in touch with her roommates, so when you call, she can be paged at her boyfriend's house or boyfriend's room so she can come back and talk to mom.
What also makes this an exceptional offer is that there's no commitment. A lot of times you go in and you have to actually do a 12-month or a 24-month commitment. There's no commitments. There's no activation fee. A lot of times companies will actually charge an activation fee, $15, $20, $25. We don't charge an activation fee. When you get the pager, it's ready to use. It's done. You buy the pager. You actually take it. You'll receive it from Ameritel. and then you just use it. The phone number comes in it, and you're ready to use.
Now let's just take a step back, because some people might say, well, this is a neat idea because maybe I'm the baby's at the babysitter, I want to contact her to see how things are going, do I need to come back early? Or when I go out to the movies with my husband, I'd love to have a pager because no matter where I am, the babysitter can get in touch with me. Or you want to give this to your child and say, okay, wear this over to your friend's house, so if they're out in the backyard playing, you can always call them when dinner's ready. But I know this is going to sound silly, but how do you use a pager? If, let's say, I got this for myself, and then I wanted to tell my dad that he can page me at any time so I can help him if he needs me, how does he do it if he's in his 70s and has never worked with pagers before?
It's actually very easy. Everyone gets a little nervous with this new technology, but all you do is use a phone, you dial a number, it'll beep, and you leave the callback number, and the callback number will page.
So basically that means if my pager number was 555-1212, my dad would dial that, he'd hear a beep, he'd dial, push into the phone his telephone number and hang up. And then his number would come right up on the screen.
555-1212.
Take a look at that. So no matter what number you're supposed to call, it pops right up on the screen, and this will remember up to 20 of those messages. So if, let's say, somebody called you and you didn't take the time to jot down their number, you'll find that you're able to access that. Any other information it's going to give you as well?
Well, it'll actually do the time and date, so that you can always have that. I use this in when I'm signing memos and everything like that, because I can always look down and find out what the time is, what the date is. It also stores up to 20 messages, and you can go through them, and it timestamps them, so you can actually see what time you got your message was.
If you're single, or if you know someone who is single, especially a woman, a lot of women are doing something very smart, and they're getting pagers, because it's scary these days. You don't want to give out your home phone number.
Right.
So rather than giving this nice gentleman who you might have met at a club or even met wherever your home number, give him your pager number. He can page you. Then you can call him back, and therefore you can't be traced. You're a little bit safer. So it's great for the single or the newly single as well. Hey, Michelle, welcome to QVC. How are you this morning?
Fine, thank you.
Well, meet Paris, and welcome to High Tech Toys and Electronics.
Hi. This is amazing. I can't believe this.
That you're on the air?
You got through.
Now, are you getting the pager, or do you have it already?
I'm getting it because I have a 15-month-old little boy, and when I'm away from him, I'm going to feel much safer knowing that I can always be contacted in case I need to come home or something like that.
Exactly. I'll tell you, when my daughter was first born and I was spending time away from her for a few days here at QVC, I used to think, gosh, what if Chrissy needs to get in touch with me? You know, what if I'm not in the car? What if I'm at the grocery store?
Well, and my car phone, the battery goes dead half the time. You know, people can't reach me, and this will just be perfect. I can have it with me all the time.
Right.
It's peace of mind. You know, when you think about it being less than $50 after the rebate, and 16 cents a day, I know you spent a lot more than that in diapers every single day. And we all know where they go, so this is a great value.
And it's great for kids too, because for a fixed cost that you know, because it actually comes with unlimited pages. A lot of companies will charge you, after 100 pages, it's 25 cents. Through QVC right now, you can actually get it for unlimited usage. So you could use 1,000 pages, so you can give it to your kids.
This is a great price. We were just looking in the paper this morning at pagers, and I just turned on the TV and saw this, so I'm really excited to get it.
And also,
I hope you enjoy it.
You get the cash back. And as Paris was saying, there's no contract. You're in the driver's seat. There's no activation fee. You don't have to call anybody when the pager comes to you. You just order it today, and the pager comes, and it's ready to use as soon as you get it out of the box.
And as you know, Jane, with a 15-month-old, the easier you can make it for me, the better.
Absolutely. And I also know you don't spend a whole lot of time sitting. You're often on the go. So everybody else can get in touch with you now when you're wearing your pager.
Yeah,
right.
Great.
Which is always good.
Well, thanks for calling in. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye. It's also a nice way to have family messages. For instance, you might have 99999 as the code that means I love you.
I do that all the time.
Or, for instance, if you don't want to embarrass your late teenager, but 555 means you better get home soon or you're going to be in trouble.
I get that too.
mean, you get that too? Or your wife or whomever. You can have these little codes. So after you dial the pager number, then just plug in your family code. Maybe 123 means I love you. And imagine how your child would smile at 4 o'clock in the afternoon getting a page from you, which is their family code, which means I love you, knowing mom's on her way home. We've got another person waiting on the line. Hi, welcome to QVC. You're live on the air, Sue. How you doing today?
Fine.
Well, welcome to the show. It's nice to have you with us.
I'm Suzanne.
Oh, Suzanne. I'm sorry. We were shortening you to Sue, but Suzanne we'd like to use. How are you today?
I'm great.
Now, did you meet Paris? He's our guest today with the Motorola pager.
Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
It looks like a great product you've brought.
Sounds like
Really
you're getting
is.
it for the first time?
Yes.
Okay.
I have a 16-year-old daughter who carries a cell phone with her in her car, and unfortunately she has that number on her answering machine at home. So our bill last month just for her cell phone was over $100. So
That's
I
a big
thought maybe a
problem.
pager might be a little bit more economical.
Might save a little money, that's for sure.
Exactly.
Well, since your price truly will be $49.98 because of the $30 rebate, obviously it is less than half of what your phone bill was for 1 month, and instead of being $100 a month, because of the offer through QVC, it's less than $5 a month. So I think you can figure out that this is going to more than pay for itself with your first order.
I do have a couple of quick questions.
Well, that's why we have Paris right here for you.
What kind of battery does it use?
One AAA battery.
Yes, one AAA battery, and the Flex technology that just came out that this uses actually makes the battery life 4 months, which most batteries only last 1 month in most pagers.
So you'll only be changing one AA battery 3 times a year. And you know what? It's not some weird battery that you've got to go to some fancy store to find. You can get it in the grocery store.
Right, right. And my other question is, you said something about it has local coverage with it. Is it possible to get nationwide?
Absolutely. Actually, what you can do is you can, we have nationwide, we have 1-800, you can buy a whole series of different features. You can buy voicemail. We have really aggressive pricing in the marketplace, just like the $4.95, so you can call up and we'll give you anything that you need.
Sounds wonderful.
Great,
Thank
enjoy.
you.
And I know your daughter's going to like it, and I know you're going to like the bills.
Okay. Thanks for letting me speak on the air.
Yeah.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
What's really great is that this is also good for college kids because the parents can give actually their pager to their college kids, and it's only $4.95 a month.
Right.
Whereas if you give someone a cellular,
Because it costs you when you make a call and costs you when you get a call. And this will also handle longer numbers, for instance, 1-800 numbers and long distance numbers with area codes. You can plug them in as well.
Yes.
I mean, it's information, and in this day and age where I think a lot of our technology pushes us apart, a pager really brings us back together.
It does.
It really does.
It
Thanks,
really does.
Paris. Thanks for being here.
It was a pleasure
Great
being
job.
here. Thank you.
E16834, again, it won a design award. It comes down after the rebate to only $49.98, is less than $5 a month, less than $16 a day. E16834, and 3 colors from which to choose. If you have never heard of a direct satellite system, from a company, obviously RCA, which we have trusted for years in this country to bring us the best in technology, then I'm so thrilled you're watching QVC today, because we've looked at other offers and no one has what we do. To get the most popular programming choice, which is called Total Choice from DirecTV, that's about $370 a year. Our QVC price for that 1 year of Total Choice programming, plus the hardware, plus the equipment that's going to bring direct satellite television to your home, is $348. So you can figure out the savings. Plus, we've got 3 easy payments of $116. It has an easy-to-use remote control. We'll be talking about it in easy, simple terms later on in the show. But gosh, if there's somebody in your family who is a sports buff, you've got to get direct satellite systems in your home. Join us for the second half of High Tech Toys and Electronics as we come right back with more QVC.
You're watching QVC.
With the unexpected holdups
I heard QVC's got the best goods in the county.
and inside revelations,
My husband used to play guitar, and his hair was down to his waist.
our 1995 broadcast from Colorado was a fun-filled ride, from its mile-high start to its bubble-blowing finish. This Sunday, the QVC local hits Denver, Colorado once again, as QVC's 50 States and 50 Weeks quest for great American-made products continues. Join us for 3 hours of fun and games. And if you're in the Denver area and you want to be part of the show, come out and join us at Shrine Auditorium. Take a look at Colorado's new and innovative products this Sunday starting at 5 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Rocky Mountain Time, live via the QVC local. Don't miss a mile.
Now, before we get into the next presentation, I have two things to tell you. Number one, if you wanted our flatbed scanner that Frank Avicenna brought to us today, just about half our quantities remaining. And that item number, as I chomp on them in, excuse me, that item number is, did I turn my page over? It's somewhere in here. Oh my goodness, I can't find my item number on my scanner. Well, anyway, maybe our guys upstairs can find it for me. It was the first item of the show. It's the lowest price we have on a flatbed scanner, and it's the lowest price we've had not only on a scanner, but the only scanner we have for you today, and only about half our quantities left. E17059, 183.36. Also, Jan Muller is making my mouth water, and he's going to be Bob, kind of, because In the Kitchen with Bob is at noon, but Bob's on vacation, so it's really me plus Jan Muller, and he has the convection oven with the griddle on top that's on Easy Pay for the only show all day long is going to be In the Kitchen with Bob, and that's 2 monthly installments of just around $40-some-odd. So join me for that great cooking show at noon, and Jan's going to make you hungry. Well, if you have the kind of lifestyle that most of us do, we get up, we love to sit outside on the patio, we love to go outside on the deck. Maybe you enjoy listening to music in many different parts of the house. Perhaps you'd love to have music upstairs in the baby's room while you're getting dressed in the morning and playing, but you can't afford to have a stereo system for the baby's room and a stereo system for the living room and the family room. What about the kitchen? I know we don't have a stereo system in the kitchen, but that's where we spend most of our time cooking and eating and sharing life. So this is a wireless speaker system. Take a look at this. Actually, what we're doing is we're using the last item in the show, which is our anti-skip CD player, and that's from Memorex, and that's E15332. We used that earlier with the surround sound system. Here it is. Now this is actually plugged into the unit which sends the signal to these 900 megahertz speakers, and you've got individual volume controls on these speakers as well. So you can take them outside, you can take them any room inside. If you're getting a bath and you want to listen to some very soothing music by Enya, then you can take these actually right inside the bathroom as well. It is powerful 900 megahertz wireless technology. 900 megahertz means it's a very controlled beam. It is very direct. And so what it's going to do is it's going to send the signal from this unit to the speaker, and it's going to take it and it's going to give it an incredible strong signal, so you won't have any kind of fuzz or hiss. For instance, yesterday in Uniden Wireless Innovations, we talked a lot about the 900 megahertz telephone being top of the line. This is the same technology like in the 900 megahertz phones, which gives you such clear, crisp reception and lets you travel 5 to 7 times further than any other cordless phone. That technology is in these speakers. I'm going to take one with me. Now this is the part of the unit that's actually transmitting the information from the CD player, and actually we are playing what would be called a professional CD that has cuts on it that we would use. So when you hear it going down, it's just because these are real short cuts. Come along with me. We're going to head backstage because we're getting ready for more exciting things happening in high-tech toys and electronics. Here we are backstage. There's Paul R. Hi, Paul R. We have actually a Ricoh camera coming up, right? End of this month? Yes, we do. He said there he is. Expecting a little child, I might add. So look at this. Look, Ma, no wires. Hi, guys. Here I am, walking backstage, turning around. I'll come back here. I'm terrible at distances. How far would you say I am? Paul, you're a smart guy. How far do you think I am from that front set? I'm not good at feet. 30 feet? I'm about 30 feet away from the original set. I can walk back probably another 20 feet all the way to the very back part of the set. Holding on to my wireless speakers. You can't even see me. Did you find me? Here I am, way back here, hanging out amongst the pillows, and you can speakers. Now this has something called signal lock fine-tuned circuitry, and that's why I'm able to be where I am. I don't even know, can we do something cool? Can the cameraman retrace my steps? Start with me right now. Okay, so here I am, back on the camera, and we're going to show you the handheld camera in a moment. So I'm sitting way back here on the set. Okay, can you walk back up? Just not show me, but walk back up and show everybody where the original set is. Look how far I had to walk. Okay, way up there to where those steps are, there goes Mr. Cameraman. He's walking, he's going. He says, Jane, why are you making me do this? These are the steps I had to take to get back to where I am with these wireless speakers. And you can see that the technology that is actually sending the information through signal lock to the speaker that I'm holding, you're not even there yet. It's up these steps. Now he says, oh dear, I've got to walk up steps right up there on set. You can't even see where the sender is that's sending the signal to these speakers. Still not there yet. This is how far away we are. I'll tell you, if this was my house, I would be in my neighbor's yard right now. That's how far away I am from the original signal. There it is on set. That's the unit that's actually sending the signal to these speakers. And I want to let you know that you do get 2 of them. You get the 2-speaker system for $99.84. So this is 900 megahertz state-of-the-art technology in the signal. Extension cords. You can use it inside or outside the house. Wouldn't it be great sound when you're out by your swimming pool, or that you're out by perhaps your deck in the backyard? Maybe you don't have a nice stereo system when you're eating dinner in the dining room. We've got a dining room table set up right here, and I know there's a lot of stuff in the way, but look at this. You could actually just place these speakers right up here. And if you had wires, you would have to run all sorts of wires throughout the house. My husband is an audio buff, and my husband has run wires throughout the entire home. But look, I can put that right there on the shelf. I can sit down and eat dinner and still enjoy the beautiful audio quality sound. The one place, and I know it's going to be hard with our camera angles because I'm hiding way back here, but come over here with me. This is the kitchen. So now, as I'm over here, yikes, where'd she go? In the QVC kitchen, here I am over this way. I can be cooking, I can be Miss in the kitchen with Bob, and now these speakers go wherever you go. So instead of having to go out and spend hundreds and hundreds of dollars on every single room, or fishing wires up and down, which I'll tell you was weeks of work in our house, these speakers go in any room in the house. And again, it's 900 megahertz technology. Only about half of our original quantity remains. You get 2 speakers for under $100. And if you're on the line, please stay on the line. By the way, if you want to turn the power off, you can turn the power off, as I just did, with just the touch of a button. Now, at the very end of our show, I want to thank our friends from Memorex for offering us the opportunity to show you E15332. That's $85.92 on the anti-skip CD player with car adapters.
This Sunday, for the first time ever, we're offering our Dominique 8-inch marquee tennis bracelet on our 3-payment easy pay plan. For just 3 payments of only $101.52, you can own this 14-karat gold bracelet featuring almost 8 carats of marquee-shaped Dominique simulated gemstones. Join Kathy Levin as she presents this classic bracelet during 2 hours of Dominique jewelry this Sunday at 9 p.m. Eastern, only on QVC.
Here we go, Rolf. We're setting up right now with something really exciting on QVC, and Rolf Altena joins me today from RCA. It's great having you with us.
Thank you, Jane.
Well, you know, the other day, my husband and I were out shopping, and we passed by one of those new stores that are kind of like a technology store. And he said to me, let's go in here. And I said, okay, and I followed him in. You know how I am, you know how wives are. Sure, let's go look at more electronics. And he said, this is what I want to get. And I said, well, what is it? And he said, a DSS. And he said, I said, okay, what's DSS? He said, well, it stands for Direct Satellite System. And in a nutshell, I got a whole education a couple weeks ago and have been reading up a lot about it. So I'm thrilled that we have it today on QVC. But I thought before we get into how great it is, I thought, let's tell everybody what it is, in case, just like me, you're looking at this and thinking, now what in the world is this? I mean, I've never even heard of anything like this before. What is Digital Satellite System?
Very briefly, the best possible picture you could ever get in a delivery system, far better than cable or any other antenna system, then the best, absolutely best possible sound, CD quality sound, and all so convenient, Jane, that you can actually surf channels just like you would on a regular TV, but you get tremendous additional help. And that means you simply press the guide button, and in there is everything at your fingertips. Press the guide button once again, and look, you get the description of whatever is in that particular program at this moment.
So it's 24 hours a day of programming.
Correct.
Because of the fact you have DirecTV and USSB, which are actually two. Oh, you know what? We just need to interrupt ourselves for a moment and remind everyone the speakers we just talked about did sell out. So let's backtrack a bit in case you're saying, okay, so this means I'm going to have a better quality picture on my television than I have right now from cable or any other system. And that really refers to, and I know a little bit about this, of lines of resolution, because on most of the television screen that you're probably watching right now, you have about 240 lines, which means you've got okay resolution. This almost doubles that. So it's going to be almost twice as sharp and clear and crisp, which means when you watch movies or you watch your favorite television shows or you look at a close-up of a diamond-ink ring, you're really going to be able to see that. Now, what we're offering today, E16663, is this, which is actually the 18-inch satellite, which pulls the signal in. Notice that it is unobtrusive and it can be it's mounted outside of your home, and therefore it's not something that's big and garish and takes away from the beauty of the outside of your home. It's also very unobtrusive as well from the outside, so you barely even know it's there. And then you get the receiver, which is pretty much like, almost like a VCR, the way that it looks in your home, and that sends the signal to your television set. But we've got something today that really no one else in the